Well, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Your man Omid with you once again to try to make sense of a really strange market today. So hang in there with me. I've got some good news for you at the end of all this about how we can still help our buyers, help our consumers. But let's dive in and see what's going on. So today's market, ugly. 47 basis points down today. Those of you who watch the channel with any regularity, you'll know that I always talk about the moving averages and the floors of support and the ceilings of resistance, etc. And we have absolutely busted through where my mouse is right now. And this is not a good sign simply because of the fact that the 200-day moving average is the only level of support that we have until it hits this bottom. So let's see where this thing ends up today if it can catch itself. But 47 basis points down in one day is never, never a good sign. Now, why is this happening? This is one of those things where I don't have a good answer for you. We always talk about the October surprise being a political thing, but in this case, there is a weird thing that happens in the third week of October, and the charts don't go back far enough for me to show you every single year. But this is this is 2022. Excuse me. In the third week of October, we had this massive decline in mortgage bonds. And then the good news behind it is that it picked itself back up afterwards. Over here, again, massive decline in the third week of October, picked itself up. And now we have a massive decline happening here. How many days will it run for? I don't know, but hopefully there will be a pickup after it. What makes this extra tricky is the fact that we have the elections that are right around the corner. We'll talk about that in a second. What does that mean for rates, you ask? National average sitting at 6.82% for a conforming loan with 20% down and 740 or higher credit scores. Certainly, those will vary as your qualifications vary, but we can certainly see very easily that we are well within at least 20-25 basis points away from what prices were last week. And I think this is being generous. I think it's actually closer to 3/8 of a point higher today. Okay. Nothing going on Monday and Tuesday. Mortgage apps, initial jobless claims coming out on Thursday, durable goods. On Friday, durable goods is interesting to me because it's of products that are made that will last longer than 3 years. And so we're talking, what is it? Cars, trains, automobiles, the movie, household appliances, things of that nature. Think about that. So that's what's going to be important to see how those are being manufactured and how those are being purchased. Yeah. Initial jobless claims comes out on Thursday. That will show us a little bit of insight as to what's happening. Now, there's lots and lots of news happening October 29th, which is next Monday, all the way to November 7th. Just a gaggle of economic stuff that's coming out, including the gross domestic product, personal consumption expenditure, everything and anything that a nerd would like to see what's going on with the market. Okay, so hang tight. It's going to be a rough week this week and probably a rough week next week. So if you're a home buyer that is under contract, I would definitely suggest you connect with your loan officer if you haven't already to talk about a strategy of locking and when and where and how. And if you are a home buyer and or a real estate agent watching this, I've got some good news for you on a couple things that we're doing to be able to help everybody out. So here we go. Okay, so this was something that Redfin released a while back, and it says that young home buyers often have to have help from the family. We're seeing that certainly, but this is it puts a number to it that over 36% of home buyers right down here, more than one third or 36% of Gen Z and millennials are receiving gifts and or inheritance to be able to get into this market. And that's no joke. And it's wonderful for people who have it. A third of the people are using inheritance or gift from family. But what about those of us who don't have family? What about those of us who don't have family with means to be able to help us? And I want to show you guys something up here in that when asked, where are you coming up with down payment? Buyers said directly from paychecks at 60%, everything else went down. But I want you to take a look at something. I want you to see that cash gifts from family at 36, inheritance at 16, and then live with parents in order to save money at 13. That's sort of kind of like this other thing, obviously, because you have at least the means to live with somebody. So if we add 13 and 16 and 36, what's that, 65%? So 65% of folks in this survey are looking for familial help to be able to get here. And not all of us have that. So there's a really cool program that CMG came up with a few years back. It's called Home Funded. It is probably one of the best things in our industry right now. I want you to stop and pay attention here if you're someone who's in the market who doesn't necessarily have all your down payment dialed in. So what is it? Well, to put it real simply, normally you can only get down payment gift from somebody who is a blood relative of yours. Okay, and so in this case, we've been able to go to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and get them to agree to allow us to essentially crowdsource your down payment. So now here comes your social network, if you will, can add to your net worth, right? And so this is a real quick example here of, instead of getting wedding gifts, because who needs another toaster or another, air fryer? Instead of getting that, collect 75 bucks from each person that comes to your wedding. There's $7,500. Now people will give a lot more than this, right? And they can give as little as 25 bucks, and they can get $5,000, $10,000, whatever it is. The funds that get deposited into that account won't expire. If the buyer ends up not using them, all the funds will go back to the people who donated them without any fees or anything else. And then we have ways for our company and other companies to also match this. So it's a fantastic program. Super, super simple. Like it says down here, you start your campaign, you share your story on your social, you grow your funds, then you have enough money for your down payment. It can be used for down payment, closing costs, prepaid taxes, insurance, all that stuff. And then you buy your house. Okay. So if you are somebody, if you know somebody who wants to buy a house, can't afford it, just simply does not have the means for down payment, pick up the phone and call me. Let's put together a campaign for you. Again, it doesn't cost you anything, and you can let this grow over the years. Doesn't mean that you don't continue to save up, but now you're saving up, and others who believe in you are also investing in you and giving you money. It doesn't have to be people with thousands of dollars. It can be 25 bucks here, 75 bucks here, 150 bucks here, and you'll be amazed at how quickly it all adds up. So this is a fantastic program, and we absolutely love it here at CMG. Okay, so hope that helps you out. Hang in there with this week. It's going to be a difficult one, to say the least, but we'll get through it. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to this so we can help us grow our channel. Otherwise, have a fantastic week and reach out to me if you need any help. See you later. Bye.